This is our property in Stockbridge. This house was built in the 90s. As you can tell, really nice community, well kept lawns. Has some brick veneer siding here in the front. Garage door as a rental, just keep. Retail I'd replace. Actually, it's if you'd paint it, even as a retail, I'd probably just paint it and keep it. Landscape's good. Front of the house is good as well. Gutters are a little bit dented here and there, but I mean, you can keep them. They're not bad at all. The roof, there's been some patches done. As a rental, you may be able to keep it, but as a retail, you would definitely have to re-roof this, and so it could look nicer. Siding around here, all it just needs to be painted so it can match. You can see there's different colors. So, and as we enter, obviously you can tell that we will be replacing the tile. I'd replace a tile whether it was a rental or retail, because you want to appeal to the masses, and this kind of tile obviously is not going to be everybody's taste. So in addition, these blue walls all need to be primed and painted a nice neutral color. So get rid of the tile, paint it. That's regardless if you're going to rent it or retail it. Fixtures, you can keep them as a rental. For retail, definitely remove them. And as you see here, there's a lot of water spots, and I will assume that the water spots are all there because of the roof before it was patched. So all this damage, you can see the water would go down here, come into this corner there, and then came down the side wall. So definitely have the roof looked at. If it's in good shape and there's no sign of leaking today, then you can leave it as a rental. And if you're going to try to retail this property, you would definitely have to replace that, so that the tenant would actually, or no, sorry, the buyer would be comfortable in purchasing the property. Here, cabinets are all in good shape. Obviously, just refinish that, paint it, new appliances, new top there. Here, new dishwasher, new oven, new sink, new countertops. As you can tell there's a hole. So probably just put a chandelier or just a light fixture there. No need to have a fan in the kitchen or dining. Here is your laundry. So, and then you have a pantry here. Again, all this flooring will be replaced. In here you have, here's the garage. Here you'll see the hole in the ceiling. I guess water used to come down this area at one point. Obviously it's dry, so it's not leaking. Garage door opener is already here. Hot water heater appears to be all in good shape. So, and then your electrical panel is here. So the garage, a lot of people always ask what they should do in here. If it wasn't sheetrocked, I'd say just leave it. However, since it is the majority of the garage is already sheetrocked, I would sheetrock that hole in the ceiling, and then just paint it all one solid color. The garage floor, just pretty much pressure wash it if you can, and then just paint it the gray or silver color flooring, just so the garage could actually look neat and presentable when it's showing. And the small things is what's going to sell a property if you decide to go with a sale. This neighborhood doesn't have too much in the way of comps. However, this would be a great property to purchase and then owner finance. So here, as you can see, one of the great things about the property is the vaulted ceilings or the high ceilings in the center of the house. Again, prime this color, paint it. This wood here, I just carpet over it. Here is the master. Here's a tub. I'd keep the tub, make sure the surround is all sealed. Paint, again, these bright colors, get rid of them, make them all neutral. Countertops, they're fine. There's a crack in that mirror, so you have to replace that. Get rid of the gold. Just go ahead and put brushed nickel. Here is the shower. It's a one piece. I would actually just clean this, put a new fixture, new shower head, and just go with it. I wouldn't have to replace it. If you were to retail or try to owner finance it, I'd go ahead and replace it with tile, but I think it's in good shape. Just clean it up. Toilet, I tend to just go ahead and replace all the toilets, just easier. Very inexpensive thing to do. As you can tell at the bottom, there's been some water leakage around the ring, because you can see how the wood is dark around there. So in here I would just rip out all this wood and tile it, or put some linoleum down in the bathroom. Here in the living room or the bedroom, I would just carpet. So that was the master. We have 3 more bedrooms over here. This is a 4-2. So here, there's another hole in the ceiling. So some sheetrock work there, a little bit of insulation. Obviously the fan, you would replace it. The carpet, and looks like they try to have some stained concrete in here, but I just carpet it, be easier, or tile the entire house as a rental. Here, again, the wood, carpet over it, or rip it out, tile it. I preferred something tile or linoleum because you won't have to replace it every time you change tenants. Here's a hallway closet. Get rid of all this tile. Here, new linoleum, or bring whatever tile you put here into the bathroom. Just keep it all uniform. This surround, this one piece, is actually in decent shape. I wouldn't touch that. It's a hall bath. The wallpaper, however, I would remove. Mirror's fine. Vanity's fine. Probably just a new faucet, and then also refinish that. But in this restroom, pretty much just toilet. Remove the wallpaper and flooring. Not too bad for a hall bath. So next room here, again, carpet or tile the floor. Paint it. Obviously you're painting the entire house already. Now there was some extensive water damage here at one point. Obviously it's actually been sprinkling and raining outside, and there doesn't seem to be any moisture, any water on these plastic parts, so I would assume that the roof has now been patched. You'll see the patchwork from outside, and it's no longer leaking, but this whole ceiling will probably be easier just to remove completely and put new sheetrock, float it, texture it, paint it, instead of having to try to paint. If you can see here, I don't know if you can tell, but the ceiling is sagging there, so you definitely have to fix that. So that's that. Let's go out back. Fireplace. You notice right here there's a lot of water damage just because the flashing around the fireplace needs to be repaired, and I'll show you that when we go outside. Here's a fireplace. So here's a fireplace, and you notice there's a lot of little tar, and the flashing looks like it's broken, so water's definitely getting through there, so you do replace that flashing. The roof, like I said, it's good, but we go on this side. Don't know if you can tell from here, but there's a patch right over the bedroom that has the majority of the damage. So I'm assuming that the work has already been completed and the damage inside just was never repaired. However, I'd still take a look into it. if you are going to sell it or retail it or finance it, you would definitely replace it. Here's where your AC unit used to be. So you obviously had a new exterior AC unit. Siding all looks in decent shape. I'd prime it, seal it, paint it. Gutters, I just fasten them, make sure they're in place and functional. They look in good, decent condition, so I'd pretty much just work with what I had. Here's a fence. Don't know what's here, but I'd probably remove this, I guess just for privacy's sake. But and this is the backyard, so you have a nice sized backyard. Small little slope, but for the most part sort of level. Gonna run through the house, show you the other side of the property. So here's the other side of the property here. So this is the property in Stockbridge. 4-bedroom, 2-bath.